everyone. Happy March. I hope you are doing well. Okay. I don't know why I'm being led to do this. I've not done it before. I've never been led to do it before. So there must be a reason for this. I'm going to throw a regular energy for all of us, and then I'm going to do the signs. So you're going to see this before every video, and I'm going to say I'll timestamp it behind me when I'm done, where the actual video starts, so you don't have to watch this for every single video, okay? But I think it's important for some reason, and I think the energies are intense, but you know what? It's just life. We go with what it is, but when we can be better prepared for the things that come up, we don't make mountains out of molehills. We don't say things we can't take back. We don't blow something up when, in fact, we have to, then go back and try to figure out why I did that and hope that something comes back together, right? So that's kind of the energy that I'm feeling, and it's coming out in the cards too. Okay, we've got Unity is the card, right? And we've got the Knight of Cups. We've got the Four of Cups, and we've got the Sun card. Okay, what I really feel here is, for some of you, I want to caution you against making something out of nothing. And don't think I'm discounting something here. I think that for some of you, you've got a little reminder here that you've got valuable things sitting right in front of you, and you may want to tend to those. For others of you, I think you're realizing that, maybe a situation that you're in isn't what you thought it was. You know what I mean? I think for some of you, you've got people coming into your life right now that are going to be valuable assets to you in some regard or another. For some of you, they're romantic relationships. For some of you, they're friendships. For some of you, they're business partnerships. But I think they're a reminder of there's different ways to do things, and you could maybe learn something here. You know what I'm saying? There's an air through here of not kind of throwing the baby out with the bathwater. You may not initially like this person at one time. You know what I mean? Like, their first impression may be something that sets you back, or that you can't really figure it out. It just doesn't sit well. It's not an instant attraction on any regard. But I think that in further, getting to know this person a little better, or maybe watching what they're really doing, or, I think there was someone that I was watching recently, and I could not get past the antics of his mannerism, right? It was just, it was just uncomfortable, but his content was really good. So once I could get past that, initially, had I not stopped long enough to really listen to what he was saying, I would have been like, oh my gosh, this guy is way too unsettling. His antics were just they weren't a good match for mine. So I thought, right? But I sat for a minute, and I was really continuing to listen more to what he was saying than how flamboyant he really was. And I'm glad that I did, because he was a wealth of knowledge. So that is kind of the scenario that I'm going at here. For others of you too, I think that you may have things that have been bubbling under the surface that maybe you haven't dealt with, or again, when we don't deal with the little things, I kind of don't agree with, don't sweat the small stuff, because the small stuff becomes the big shit that hits the fan when we don't tend to it, right? So these are things where I think some of you have relationships coming in. I think for some of you, I'm going to hit the relationship aspect first. For some of you, I think you may come into contact with someone who's not exactly what you thought they would be. You know what I mean? Like, you're wishing and hoping, and whatever that song is, for this particular type of person. They have to look this way and talk this way and right? I think what may show up for you is someone completely different, but it's what you need, not necessarily what you thought you wanted. And I think that it could be something really spectacular. Okay, for others of you, you're being reminded that we're kind of all the same. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, when push comes to shove, we're kind of all the same kind of people. So you're being reminded of that, and to not. I've got to be honest. I don't have a wonderful feeling behind things that might come up globally this month. I think there's just a lot of unsettled energy. And the issue I've got here really is don't follow false things. If you hear something, check it out. Make sure that it's legit. You know, I have a feeling like the news crews and stuff like that, they're really going to kick up the crazy shit that they're doing anyway, right? So if you're someone who follows the news like it's, you know, whatever, I would be really careful about what you're getting. I'm not saying they're going to be lies or conspiracy theories or whatever the hell it is that they do anyway. I'm not a fan of the news, as you can tell. But I think it's not helping the cause. I think it may divide people and cause really devastating circumstances. You know what I mean? You don't want to, I just feel like this kind of energy is kind of like the major things in life, in history that have passed, that have taken place. And they've taken out a lot of people just for having different opinions, just for looking different or acting different or having a different culture or religion or something like that. You know what I mean? Who gives a shit if someone is different? It has really nothing to do with you. But this is where I'm saying on a smaller scale, this could hit your home in the fact that, you know what, you blow up at a partner because you had a crappy day at work, but you say things that you can't take back. You know what I mean? They may be true, but your delivery may not be something they'll forget. You know what I mean? And that's like kind of breaking your leg. It'll heal, but it'll never quite be the same again. And then the person may be afraid to talk to you about things. You could start something here that you can't finish. You know what I mean? So you may just want to be cautious. That's why I'm saying this. You've got the Sun card here. So it's a reminder that, you know what, see the good in someone and ask your peeps, ask your peeps around you. Look, I may not be at my best, so I'm going to do my best to, but just, you know who I really am. Give me a little bit of wiggle room here because I may not be at my best. And I think it's just these energies that are passing through, and they will. You know what I'm saying? I just think they're a little bit intense. What I'm feeling is like, again, trying to turn a cruise ship in a bathtub. It's going to take a little bit. You know what I mean? So let the things play out. Really cherish the people that are in your life that are of value to you. Really look at the ones that, I know that sounded terrible, but look at the ones that, you know what, maybe there's an expiration date here that's been presenting itself for a little bit. Because what I feel here is, for some of you, it's taking into consideration the gifts that you've currently got. You know what I mean? And for others of you, it's saying here, if you're staying in something because you're afraid this is the best you can get, you've got something coming in around the corner here that could be something really happy for you. You know what I mean? So we need to let things go when it's time for them to go. And that's what I feel. And I think with the Unity card, what it's coming in here to remind you of is that don't be stubborn in certain ways. Don't let people be stubborn in certain ways. Say things maybe a little bit more simply. We've got, you know, Mercury retrograde. It is a big deal. I find it to be a really big deal. And I know people are saying that we go through this a lot, and we do. But look at the times in your life where you say things or you do things where you're like, what the hell was that out loud, and why did I do it? They're big things. You know what I mean? So we can't discount them. So just be conscious of what you're saying. Value the people that are in your life, and take a survey. And it's not just, you know, it's your belief systems too. It's the things you believe in. It's you know, maybe changing things. You know, when you go through your whole life believing something, whatever, and then you come to a point in your life where you're like, you know, I really don't believe this anymore. I really don't want this anymore. I really don't want, you know, I'm evaluating something. Give yourself the space to do that. You know what I mean? Don't poo-poo it or speed over it or not think about it or make that a small thing that can be dealt with later, because that small thing turns into a big thing. You know what I mean? And look at these things. For some of you, you know, the Knight of Cups is kind of just saying to you here, it is an actual person for some of you. And it can be a woman. It's not gender specific. But it's like, kind of, you know, don't be, love is blind, but we're also blind to it. You know what I mean? So don't look a gift horse in the mouth. If you've got someone in your life who you really care about, tell them you really care about them. You know what I mean? Don't assume that they're going to be there, you know, in 10 days and they know that I work really hard. They know that I'm never home. Don't assume that that's okay. You know what I mean? They may just not be someone who really speaks up, but you know, you come home one day and there's the note on the table and they're gone. I see things like that happen in these energies. That's why I'm trying to point these things out here. Cherish the people that are in your life. You know, take responsibility for yourself and the things that you do and that you say, and let other people know that they're appreciated. And if you need something from someone else, speak up about it and see where that goes. You know what I mean? I think that it's a time where a lot of things are changing. I think it's a time where if we let go of things that we know we need to let go of, amazing things sit right in front of us, okay? The Sun card here is a yes card. So whatever you're showing up to your reading for, the answer is most likely yes, right? This card, the Sun card, what I'm really feeling off of it is it's kind of like, again, seeing the good in someone, even if they don't see it yet in themselves. You know what I mean? Like someone may need to grow into a better version of themselves, but you see that in them, right? And you're kind of just holding space for this person. I'm not saying be used and abused and not, you know, I'm not saying stay in a situation because you see how someone could be, right? There's a big distinction between that and what I'm saying. I'm saying that this is something that, you know, the relationship isn't there. The person is not, you know, they're not tanked right now. You know what I mean? Like they're not being an idiot now is what I'm saying. They're not disrespecting you. They're not disrespecting the family. They're not disrespecting, you know, whatever it is. I'm saying that they're just not up to par yet, but you see sometimes relationships really are just holding space for each other. You know what I mean? That's why I'm not a big advocate of getting stuck on these soulmates and these twin flame things. To me, and how I know our soul evolves, to me, I don't believe in that. I think we have a lot of soulmates. You know, I think we have souls that cross our paths for different reasons at different times. I don't think we have one, but I think that people are looking for that one love, which is already yourself. But to get to know that, it needs to be triggered by someone else. Many different soulmates, right? But some are more intense. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm going here. But this is the dynamic where I think we're really going to be seeing things. We're really going to learn a lot about ourselves if we choose to, right? I think for some of you, you've got opportunities also that are going to be sitting right in front of you. Don't be so, don't poo-poo things that could really turn into opportunities for you. You know what I mean? Like explore things. Don't do the hierarchy thing. And that's what I kind of think the Unity card is coming in with, that we're all kind of the same at the end of the day. You can learn things. Like I was giving you that example about that person that I was listening to. He was a wealth of knowledge. He was a little flamboyant though, a little bit more than, so I just had to look away, but I was listening and I got the content that I needed. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of the scenario that I'm going here. And I think that it's a great month. I don't think it's a month though really to act on things. Like if you're going to put the kibosh to something or put like a, you know, the end on something, I would wait. Because we've got a lot of planets here that are, things may not be what they appear to be. There's nothing, you can't really lose anything by waiting a little bit until these things calm down. All right, so that's all I'm saying. It's kind of like when a new model of a car comes out or something, they'll always say to you, wait a year to see what the glitches come up in that car, and so that you can get a better version of it. So just sit back and see, but taking what I'm saying and give yourself ample time here to say, you know what, I have worked with this person. I have, you know, I can see a vision here. Maybe we could work together. Maybe, you know, two heads merging something is better than one. Maybe we can work together. Maybe we do things different, but our goal is we have the common goal. You know what I mean? It can be things like that too. So again, we grow through relationships. So this could be on any platform for you. Okay. But I think that there's opportunities here that could so easily be missed, and opportunities here that can't be seen yet because you're under things that need to be cleared out. So that's what I've got for our overall energy. Let's see what we've got here. Hi Sagittarius, happy March, excuse me. I apologize for this. I've tried 3 webcams, and with the storms I cannot get the lighting right. So I hope that you're able to get the content of this. All right. I think what might be happening here for you is, I think first and foremost, you maybe need to put yourself first this month and realize that something or someone or a situation is taking its toll on you. You know what I'm saying? I think it's time where you maybe need to, how do I say, find peace in your heart, find forgiveness, find whatever it is that when you're listening to this, you're thinking, yeah, I know I need to do that, or I'm having a hard time doing that, or something like that. It's either you're either letting something go with either a friendship, some kind of relationship, or you gave someone a second chance here, or a friendship or relationship is about to come back for a second chance, and you may realize in here that we're different now. You know what I mean? Maybe someone from your past is coming back, a friend or a relationship of some sort, and it could have been something at one time that you really wanted. You know what I mean? Like a breakup that was devastating, and you had always hoped that, you know, maybe we would get back together at some point down the road. And it may present itself now, but you may realize that it's not at all like it was. And people change and they grow. And I think that that might be something that you're experiencing here. Okay. For others of you, I think you need more peace in your life. I think you may need to take a break. You may need to do something different. You may have been trying to do some kind of health regimen that wasn't working. Try it again. You may be pleasantly surprised right now, or tweak it in some regard. It may actually work for you now. Okay. Now we've got in here, I can't remember who got this card. I want to say it was Pisces. I can't remember though. I think it was Pisces. But you've got the Wyvern here. Your secrets are safe. Now give me a moment. I want to go through this. I'm not talking deception here, so don't flip to that coin. This is different, okay? I have a very strong feeling here that this is, I think that this is more of second chances kind of things here, you know, where there was a relationship established at some point, a long friendship, a long something where you know everything about this person, right? It could be things like that too, okay? And you've got Serenity. I just love this card, and this is what I really feel you need. So if you need to freeze this and cut it out and put it on your fridge, you should do it, okay? This is really what you need to just, what a beautiful card. You really just, you need some good candy and wine and, you know, a comfy blanket and all of that kind of stuff. You've got the health card. What a lovely card. So if you have not been feeling well, meaning something has really taken you down, be it a relationship or just life in general, your vitality is going to come back here. And that with Serenity, this is just saying, I need this. I need this. And you've got Discovery. See the wisdom here? Okay. And that is the heart chakra, okay? Now you've got the Six of Coins, whole person. You've got the Queen of Wands, a great friendship, very nurturing person. She could be a friend of yours, or this could be someone new in your life, or someone coming back into your life, or she could just represent a friendship or where you are in your life, right? Or where you've been for everyone in your life, and have you gotten that back in return? You know, this is someone who's a giver, absolutely a giver. Funny, charismatic, people know when you are in the room, they want to be around you, but sometimes they could suck you dry is where it could happen here with that card. And you've got the Four of Coins, okay? Again, I think this is know what to hold and know what to fold is what you're going to be dealing with here. What do I hang on to and what do I let go? What is worth my time? What gives me health and what zaps me of my health and serenity, right? I think you may give a friendship a second chance or a relationship a second chance, but I think that you may discover that things are no longer how they were. You know what I mean? And maybe you just need to let something have forgiveness. And again, forgiveness is freeing yourself up so that you can go on. So if something's been holding you hostage here, a feeling, a resentment, something, try to let it go, because at the end of the day, the only real important thing is your health. You're not going to get this back. You know what I mean? So if someone did something, try to release it, let it go, and that's what it's saying to you. People change, right? So maybe a friendship is really got a handle on you, or a relationship has got a handle on you, and you're having a hard time saying, we've been friends forever, we've been this forever. How could someone just let that go and let that mean nothing? We can't really know. We can only speak for ourselves, right? And my only concern is you right now in this reading. So this is just saying your serenity and your health and your happiness and your kind heart needs to be front and center. You know what I mean? And realize that people come in here. This is a whole person. This is someone who would be coming into your life that would be a whole person, that would be a balanced friend. You know what I mean? That's what this would be. This is kind of someone who is a friend, could have all the financial tangibles that they want, but they're never really going to be a good friend. You know what I mean? Like it's just never enough. You know, so maybe that's what, you know, what happened here. It's about give and take. Again, I have just a feeling of like someone with a lot of financial gain, but they have no validity in their life. They have nobody who really cares about them. And unfortunately, maybe they were your friend for a very long time and they didn't value you as much as they should have. But the Six of Coins and the Queen of Wands here, this is a give and take relationship that's balanced. So if you've had a relationship go out the door, there's a new one sitting here with someone who is deserving of you. Okay, so that's what I've got here. Sometimes we give people second chances and nothing changes, and you may have done that, but now it's a time to forgive everything and just let it go in your own way. And if you're having a hard time with this, what I would suggest you do, it does work, and it sounds crazy, but it does work, is you know, do a death certificate, seriously, and sign it and wish the person well and let it go, because you've got a good something coming in for you here. And maybe, you know, you had to experience that to realize really your value and the value of this new person coming in. Okay, so that's what I've got here. Health and well-being, right? And realizing that, you know, we can still care for people, but we can let them grow in their own way. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying this is going to be easy, but I'm saying we need to realize that people grow apart and they grow in different ways. And I'm not going to harp on this, you're adults, but that's what I feel is happening here. But I just want you to know, as one door is closing, another one is opening with someone who is worthy of you. Okay, so that's what I've got. Happy March, Sagittarius.